Good morning, Cardmunity. It's RJ back with another video, so let's get to it. My random Mike Schmidt item of the day, 1991, Philadelphia Sports Heroes souvenir sheet produced by Upper Deck to honor the Philadelphia Scholars Fund. Limited edition of 21,500. And obviously you can see four greats of the Philadelphia sports world, one from each of the four major sports, and Mike Schmidt made the baseball cut. I have often thought about purchasing every souvenir sheet Upper Deck ever made. They made these in the early 90s. Every team pretty much got two or three over the years, maybe more. There wasn't always the same players. They put out different players and whatnot. But the reason I don't bother is because there's a lot of them and they don't sell for like a buck or two. They usually sell for like $10, $15, $20. And I'm just not that interested in shelling out all that money to try and get all the different souvenir sheets that Upper Deck did in that period of time. So I don't think I'll ever undertake that mountain, but I certainly am trying my best. Well, I have all the Mike Schmidt ones, I do believe. So my random Mike Schmidt item of the day. Today's random baseball item of the day from 2001. Little known, long forgotten set of minor league stars called the Royal Rookies Futures. Now, Royal Rookies released cards 2 years, or I'm sorry, not 2 years, in 1991. I'm sorry, 2001. Let me get my story straight. 2001. And they, this particular set, which was called Futures, was simply players that they, what do I want to say? Players that they thought would do good. And the funny thing is, there was a 40 card set. And of those 40, pretty much only Miguel Cabrera is one we have ever heard of. Okay? Now, as a parallel to that, they have all of those cards were autographed out of $69.95. And I've been trying to acquire all the autographed cards. Now, when I say they were all autographed, that's a misnomer because of the 40 cards that are in the set, and they are numbered according to the way they were numbered in the set, only 36 of them got autographed. And the Miguel Cabrera was not one of the ones that they got autographed. I don't know why. I don't know if Miguel Cabrera was particularly a hot prospect at the time and would have been and wasn't willing to sign his name, but 36 of the other 40 people in the Futures set did sign, and I'm going through the process to try and acquire all of these. They are absolutely forgotten players. The cards themselves are only like a buck or two. But I think it'll be a cool little set to put together, an entire autographed card set. Even though it is of a bunch of minor leaguers nobody ever heard of, I'm going to try and collect them all because RJ does collect sets. So, today's trivia question. On this day in baseball history, May the 9th, 1961, this member of the Baltimore Orioles becomes the first major leaguer to hit a grand slam in back-to-back innings. Name this individual, which played for two cards, I believe from 2020 to 2021. Not sure if this was Topps Heritage or what product this was available in, but it is reprints of Mickey Mantle cards. You can see the Topps 70 logo here. The Superstars from 68, Killebrew, Mays, and Mantle. I believe this is the 1960 Sport Magazine All-Stars, horizontal version of the 1960 card. So, two reprints of Mickey Mantle. All you need to do is send me a guess to that trivia question. I will include my email in the description below, along with a repeat of that question. You will have today and tomorrow to answer. We'll pick a winner on Sunday, all right? Good luck to everybody on that one. So, today what I want to show off, I got an email from a YouTuber, goes by the name of John Ritchie. I don't know, John, if you're watching this video. You say you subscribed to me recently. I don't know if you're making content if you have a, apologize, I'm still filming with the guy mowing outside. I don't know if you have a channel that I could shout out. I do enjoy shouting out the channels of people who send me things or who involve themselves in my collection. I'd very much like to shout out your channel if you have one, John. So if you do, shoot me an email and I'll pepper it up a little later. But John Ritchie sent me a care package. Now, I shouldn't say that. He didn't send me a care package. He mentioned he was selling some old collections and wanted to know if I would like any. Now, he sent me a list of several sets that he was trying to get to offer up. And to be quite honest with you, most of them I had. But there were 3 I did not have. Now, let me talk a little bit about the 3 sets. So the first one, 1953, or actually say 91, the Topps Archive set, the 53 reprint set. Now, I had this set years ago, sold it during my down period of collecting, and John was kind enough to offer this up as one that he was willing to part with, to sell to me, and I purchased it. I got 3 things from John, made sure that the price he was asking was in line, and it was in line with what those things are going for right now. I'm not going to go through all of the cards in the 53, or should I say 1991 archive set. But that is one thing I purchased from him. The second one, another cool item, another cool set, 1981 Topps stickers set. So let me grab the first card in the list. It is a Steve Stone, probably because he did some kind of pitching feat, was a wins leader or something like that. There's a whole bunch of those. And then the back are the All-Star glitter, the foil All-Star cards are in the back. Let me show off those. I don't want to go through every card. There's 260 cards in this, 262 cards in the sticker set, 337 in the archive set. So your American League All-Stars from 1980 were, who is it? Cecil Cooper? Yep, Cecil Cooper, Willie Randolph, George Brett, Robin Yount, Reggie, Al Oliver, Otis or Willie Wilson, Rick Cerone, I suppose that is. Yeah, Rick Cerone, Steve Stone, Tommy John, and then Goose Gossage in relief. Those are your American League All-Stars in the silver foil. The gold foil was your National League All-Star, Steve Garvey. Oh, is that Dale Barra? Oh, Phil Gardner, thankfully. Schmidt, Gary Templeton, I think. Yeah, Gary Templeton. George Hendrick from the Cardinals. Yep, George Hendrick. Dave Parker. Enos Cabell, maybe. Oh, Cesar Cedeno. Nice young-looking Gary Carter there, the Expos. This looks like Doc Ellis almost. Jim Bibby. I forgot about Jim Bibby. Yeah, Jim Bibby was awesome. Then Carlton gets the nod for the lefty, and your reliever, of course, Doug McGraw. So the entire sticker set from 1981. I already have the 1982 complete sticker set. Sticker sets are something I typically don't buy, and I'll tell you why. I'm not going to buy individual stickers. I'm going to wait for somebody to offer up the set. And very few people have full sets of stickers up for sale on eBay. And it's also not something I concentrate on getting. So I do have the 1981 top set of stickers and the 1982 set of stickers. I have no incentive to, after all the other top stickers that were existed in the 1980s. I just don't. If they come to me, I'll look at the price and maybe buy it, but I don't go after it. Thanks for John for giving it to me. The other cool thing he sent to me, and this is a set that I will go after, and it is 1981, the Topps Permagraphic Superstar cards. So I have shown in the past the 1981 Topps All-Star Permagraphics card set. That had only, I believe, 18 cards in it, or 20, something like that. This one has 32. Now, if you are an expert or a prominent person on the Permagraphics, you know that the Permagraphics set from 1981 came in 2 varieties. The number of the cards are down here. You can see there are 32 cards in the set. For whatever reason, there was a secondary printing, and they put that 3-digit number 125 in front of it. I don't know why, but every card in this set has the 125. Now, I know there are other variations without the 125 because I have the Mike Schmidt variations. But this is all the 125 variation of the Topps, or not even the Topps, but it's just Permagraphics is the name of the company that put these out. And here are the 32 players who made the cut. The logos are just stylized logos. They're not actual logos from the team. They're just very stylized. So Cincinnati Reds, Johnny Bench. You notice too that not all the images are reprints of the Topps card, although the Mike Schmidt one, that is clearly his 1981 Topps card image. Phillies. I believe that Brett is actually his Topps image. I don't know, maybe they are, because everyone I'm looking at right now is the Topps image. Anyway, Carl Yastrzemski on the Red Sox. Pete Rose. Bob Horner. Again, these are the people who made the cut. This is only 32 cards. Yankees and Reggie. Keith Hernandez from the Cardinals still. Love seeing Keith Hernandez on the Cardinals. George Foster still with the Reds. Gary Templeton still with the Cards. Tom Seaver. Steve Garvey. Dave Parker still in the Pirates. Startle and Pops. Pops and Parker. Love it. Love the bright yellow Pirates uniforms of the past. Cecil Cooper. Check out this stylized Brewers logo they came up with here. Interesting. Carlton. Yeah, but I think, well, maybe all of these are the Topps image, because everyone I recognize as a Topps card. Ted Simmons. Dave Kingman. Ricky. Freddie Lind. Dave Winfield. Rod Carew. Check out the Angels stylized logo. Jim Rice. Bruce Sutter on the cards. That might be like a trade-in card or something like that. I thought I know on my 1981 Topps card, he's still with the Cubs, so maybe these were traded images too. Cesar Cedeno, Nolan Ryan, maybe that's what it is. The ones that are others that I don't recognize might be on the traded set or something. Dusty Baker, Jim Palmer, Gorman Thomas. I got a couple of Brewers there, Gorman Thomas and Ben Ogilvy. I always liked Thomas and Ogilvy, thought they would be better players, but they didn't last. Willie Wilson. Love me a Gary Carter. Love me a young Gary Carter. So, and then a bench again. So that's the extent of the Permagraphics, but I now have 2 of the Permagraphics card sets. Again, I did an episode a couple months ago where I showed off my run of Mike Schmidt Permagraphics cards. I have every one now except for the proofs. It's not that I'm trying to find a proof, but if they exist, I don't have one. And these are not easy to come by in a set format. There were usually 2 versions made, the Superstar and then the All-Star each year. And then both were typically available in a gold parallel version. So if you wanted to get all the sets, in essence, you'd be getting like 12 for each year, because these were only issued from 1981 through 1983. I am lucky enough to have 2 in my collection. I would love to have more, but this is another one of those sets that is a unique set. I don't go out of my way to find it. And it's not often you will find a set built that you can buy the whole set, and I'm not going to spend the money to buy individual cards. It's just not how I roll. So anyway, that's all I have for you today. Pretty much a lot of this what I showed off this week was a little bit of random act of kindness, or packages I got from other people. Sometimes I bought, sometimes it was just a gift. But I hope you did enjoy this week of videos. If you enjoyed this one, please consider subscribing, commenting, and all that jazz. I really do appreciate your support as I try my best to support everybody with the great Cardmunity, right? Would love to see you all come back on Sunday. We got the trivia recap coming up, and we'll have a lot of fun with that. And then I'll send out some prizes to you all right? Thank you very much for watching. Take care.